Hello?
Hello, hello.
Hello, welcome to the stream.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So you're good with Enedee, am I saying it right?
Yeah, Enedee is fine.
Okay. Is there a better way to be saying it?
I've been called Enedee, Enedee, Indie. Any of them work fine. So I I,
Okay.
I pronounce it Enedee. You can use whatever you prefer.
Okay, Enedee, I'll keep that in mind. So, is there anything else I should know about the game before I get started?
Uh, there's a feature in the game that's a little buggy.
Hmm.
I'll explain more about it when you get to it. But other
Hmm.
than that, you can get to it just straight up. You can jump into it, and the game explains itself to you.
Sure, great. I see we've got, I think this is our third Game Maker user in a row.
Yeah, this is actually I've been using GameMaker for a while, but I only got GameMaker Studio 2 this year,
Hmm.
so this is actually my first game in GameMaker Studio 2. Prior to that, I got GameMaker Studio 1.4, like way a few years back,
Hmm.
like 2016, a little before GameMaker Studio 2 came out.
Nice. And so did you start with Game Maker Studio 1.4 or have you been using it before then?
No, I started basically like started programming in general with GameMaker Studio 1.4. It just kind of went on from there.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So I'll go ahead and start playing the game, and I'll also ask the first question, which is, how did you decide on what you're going to make for the jam?
So the idea for the game actually came from another a previous idea that I had. I like programming this game comes from actually like months of not even opening Game Maker or programming anything. I made my last game like months ago, and so I wanted to get back into programming with this jam. It was like the perfect excuse.
Mhm.
So in that time of not doing anything, I did write down a lot of ideas for games. I just never really sat down to make any of them.
Mhm.
So one of the things I wanted to do for this jam was kind of like use one of those ideas. Also, you can go full screen with Alt Enter. I heard from a play that it kind of like
There we go.
increases the atmosphere. So you can do that if you want. But yeah, one of the things I wanted to do for this jam was actually get one of those ideas into a game. So the idea that I got for this was also a horror game. You were also like followed around by somebody, but I kind of like designed the whole thing around the theme, which is joined together.
Mhm.
So what the whole thing of this theme is, um, you are chained to this. You're like forced to rely on the one enemy, the single enemy in the game.
Mhm.
So like you have to use this enemy to get around. Um, and this enemy will kill you if you get too close. So I saw that happen right as I was mentioning it. So, but yeah, that's like how the idea came to be. The I wanted to make a game where you relied on the enemy to get around to progress.
Okay, yeah, interesting. Um, so yeah, the lighting is really cool. I think I know how you're doing it as well. This is a just simple sort of surface punch out effect, right?
Exactly a
You're
surface.
just randomizing the size of the circles.
Yeah, it's a flat black texture, and then I made like a light circle,
Mhm.
sprite for like a circle, and just punched a hole in these places, and just scaled it up and down according to like how bright I want an object to be.
Yeah, it's a very like um, moody and dark audio track. I hope it's audible. Oh, we've got an option to call. Let's see. Whoop. I think his. Uh oh. Okay.
So that's the main thing of the game, the
Hmm.
call function. That's what I was going to mention about the it being buggy, this feature being buggy. Sometimes it doesn't register. Like you can call. There's no hidden range. You can call it from anywhere. But sometimes it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, just move around a little before you call again.
Hmm.
Um, there's something about like the detection of the call. But yeah, that's the only one of the few little bugs in this game.
Okay. Well, no problem. Um, so, can you talk a little bit about your development process?
Yeah. Well, one of the like I wanted to. make the mechanics work first before focusing on anything else. Because like this bad habit that I have, which is this little thing where I think of the idea for a game and I picture the entire visuals first. I make mock-ups, I make like the drawings and stuff, and then I sit down. It's like, oh wait, I have to actually program the game, and I usually I never finish it beyond that. So when it's a game jam, it usually ends up in like wasting, well, not wasting, like using up a lot of time just
Mhm.
making the art and not actually making sure it works, making sure it plays well. So that's a little bad habit that I wanted to break with this entry. I made all of the mechanics work first. I make the pathfinding first, which is grid based like pathfinding. I know Game Maker uses like has built-in paths, but I didn't want to like use it for chasing the player. But yeah, then I got to work with the surfaces. Then I got to work with the camera. All of these things. Sorry, motorbike went by. I hope it didn't catch the mic. Didn't catch that. um, the
It was audible, but it was almost like it sounded like it was part of the game.
Oh, okay. Part of the ambience, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, but yeah, all of these things I actually had never. I never worked with surfaces before. I
Mhm.
never worked with pathfinding before, so this was all like a learning experience too.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was the first thing I wanted to get working, and then I went around designing the levels, placing the little lamps you see in the game to kind of like not. I didn't want to make the player like fully blind to the level. I wanted to have a few little lights to kind of guide the player, give them a little helping hand. Because one of the feedback I got for my team and I got for our last year's entry was that the game was for the last entry for the GMGK Jam.
Mhm.
It was that it was too hard. So I took that feedback and I kind of like made this entry a little bit easier. And now I feel like I made it a little bit too easy. But it's just that balance that I tried to even out.
Right. We've got a couple of questions and comments coming in from the chat. First of all, yeah, Nulled Wine. I might have already read this comment out, but yeah, the lighting does look really cool. I've used something similar to this, not for a lighting effect, actually. I've used this punch out effect to create illusory terrain, also using surfaces. And Spotted Leaf, I'm glad that you're enjoying the stream so far. Lurk not lie, my bad habit is writing engines instead of games. I mean, that's a pretty cool bad habit to have. I think if that's the worst bad habit you
Yeah,
have, I don't think that's so
I kind of
bad.
wish I had that habit of writing an engine. I wish I knew how to write an engine.
Mhm. And then we've got Nulled Wine actually asking a question here. How was the Sentry's sound made? Because yeah, it's a very appropriately spooky, threatening, yeah, all around.
So the sounds in the game they're all taken from freesound.org. They're all like mixed around. The
Mhm.
sound for the Sentry was I looked up robot sound, like
Mhm.
robot groan. I looked up, and it was this sound effect you hear, and I blended it with the sound with another sound effect from that side, which is like a fluorescent light bulb, just kind of like you can hear that like zzz, playing around, because I wanted to like make this muted machine light bulb, sort of
Mhm.
thing. So it's just a blend of sounds. The ambient sound you hear in the background, that's also taken from Freesound. The sounds I did make are from BFXR. I used BFXR for the little like boop boop boop, the call, those type of sound effects. I see you have a little broken AI moment there.
Yeah, well, he still killed me. You
Yeah,
said this was
that's
too easy?
yeah. Personally, I figure I saw a lot of people just kind of like stumble around to their victory.
Oh,
They don't rely a lot on the monster.
okay.
So that's why I figured it was too easy. But yeah, that's the game jam experience. You don't have a lot of time to design too much.
Okay, well, this entire time, I didn't realize. I thought I had to be up next to a little card to call. I didn't realize I could do it from anywhere.
Oh yeah, no, there's no hero rage. You can call the monster from anywhere on the level, and it'll come to where you called it from.
Okay. Okay, now now I'm gonna be getting a better understanding of it. Okay, because I completed the previous level just by hugging the wall. I didn't realize what I was supposed to do there.
Right. Yeah, yeah. I
Okay,
figured I
okay.
saw a lot of people kind of like just hug the wall.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's on my end. Didn't I didn't make the light bulb I didn't make the player rely too much on it. So I figure I should probably like make that a little more evident.
All right. I mean, at least I figured it out eventually. It just I don't know why it didn't occur to me to try calling before then. I saw that red light and I thought maybe I can interact with that, and it turned out to be it's like, oh, I just activated the call feature. I can't seem to get through to him now. All right. Oh no, maybe he changed his mind. He's coming for me.
He's gonna get
Uh,
you. He's gonna get you.
at some point, I don't know how I get out of here. I guess I will see.
He's taking the long road. He's taking the long road.
I figured. All right. So there's the way out. I just gotta be not near him when he comes by. Okay, cool. So what was the visual design on the Sentry inspired by?
The design for the characters, that's just all weird. That's from Weird, my friend, spelled with a three, not with an E. He
Mm-hmm.
designed all the characters and made the sprite sheets for them. Before this, like I was designing all the mechanics and all. I was using just like placeholder assets, and I was showing it to him, and he was like, "Okay, well, do you need help with the art? The day before," and I was like, "Sure." So I kind of like referenced, I told him like, okay, well, I think I want this guy to be a scientist. I know I want the monster to be like a light bulb because of the light theme on the game.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, and he came back like a few hours later with just fully designed, fully animated characters. It was a great thing. So yeah, he just based it entirely on. He based like the characters on what I told him, and I'm sure he uses his other influences from him.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, because I was wondering, like, I don't know, the fact that it's got like these very like tall stilts. I wasn't sure. I guess the first thing I think of when I see it is oh, there's that cryptid thing, Siren Head. That's what it makes me think of.
Yeah, the little like metal the metal like prongs, with the little wires around it. Yeah, it did kind of remind me of that. I think I told him like I wanted to be like some sort of like SCP sort of
Yeah.
monster because of the science lab scenario, and because that you are a scientist. I kind of wanted to be like you're researching this creature, and something goes wrong, the creature breaks free. The story itself was very last minute. It was like, I want to make this game about light. I'll think about the story in the end.
Okay. Well, I kind of found myself here. Let's see if I can make it. Oh, I've just managed to juke him. All right. Um, so.
Those are some pro moves. I just talked
Oh
that. There's a little delay, but it's not by
yeah.
too much.
Okay. Well,
Like
if
2 seconds, three.
yeah, if we have anyone else who'd like to ask a question in the chat, now's the time to do it. Otherwise, do you have any plans to continue working on the game? Make a post-gen version?
Do want to fix some of the more critical bugs. There's nothing game that crashes the game, but I do. There's a few design issues. There's a few like bugs, like the call feature being a little buggy. I want to redesign some of the levels. I want to implement. I got a lot of feedback for like cool ideas that I could expand this on, like light sensitive mechanics. Like this door only activates on light. This light switch. Uh, Flickering lights. So I wanna add a few of those things because I think they're really great ideas. And yeah, just I wanna take some of the feedback I got into account. But beyond that, I don't see it like more than just a little short spooky game. Uh, the puzzles the puzzles definitely need some work. This is like my first time designing puzzles ever, so now if the puzzles were like a little too amateur, you know why. I see a little chase at the end.
Yeah.
You're getting to the end, you're gonna escape, and there it is.
All
There it
right.
is, the
Nice.
follower. So
Um,
yeah, I want to elaborate a little bit on the feedback I got, and I think I'll probably move on from it after that.
sounds good. I think the key art on the title screen here looks fantastic.
Yeah, huge shout outs to Mr. Meatball. He made the key art and the art to see on the thumbnail. He designed the little lamp for the logo.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was one of the other people that like came up to me, like one of my friends that was like, okay, well, let me know if you need help with art. And after Weird designed the characters, I came up to Meatball with like, okay, well, let me know. I need your help with the key art. He's really great at designing like digital art. So yeah, he made that up like Saturday night, a few hours before the game jam ended, and just yeah, made this little great uh, artwork. You know, and I think it
Absolutely.
adds a lot. It makes the whole game feel a lot more fun, a lot feel like nice. You know, you know.
Absolutely polished. All right. Well, do you have anyone else that you'd like to mention? Any other projects that are in the works you would like to give any shout outs?
Yeah, well, I've been talking about them, but again, huge shout outs to my friends Weird and Mr. Meatball who helped me with Weird made the characters designs and the sprite art. Mr. Meatball made the key art and the logo. They both yeah they helped me out a lot on this. Also, big shout out to my friend group, the Pixel Empire. They're my longtime friends. They're my play testers during this. You know, they gave me a lot of useful feedback. So yeah, they also helped me out a ton on making this game. But yeah, you can find my other games. I don't have a lot. You can find my other games on my itch.io page. That's pretty much all I wanted to mention. Yeah.
Sure. I'll go ahead and drop a link to that in chat. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me on the stream here today and for submitting your game.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me again. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. And any future projects that you'd like some feedback on, go ahead and drop them in our Discord. And yeah, hopefully we can get some conversation going, other members, not just me, checking it out.
Absolutely, man.
All right. Talk to you later.
See ya. Bye
Bye bye.
bye.